Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday here from the Adobe SF offices. What's up, Chad? How you doing? Welcome to the day one, our intro stream for our third Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge. Super excited to be here with all of you to kick off another awesome 2 weeks of design goodness. Vladair, hello. Roman, hi. Sam Peterson, the one and only. What's up? If you don't know me or recognize me from previous creative challenges or Adobe Live, I'm Kathleen Martin, and I'm often here as a host. I'm also a designer on the Adobe Studio team. So if you've ever seen tutorials or YouTube videos by Adobe, a lot of that stuff has my dirty little paws all over it. What's up, Owen? Maria, hi. Lilia, good to see you. I'm seeing so many names that I do not recognize, and I don't know if you know how excited that makes me. Axel, hi. Hiromi, hello. So like I said, this is kind of the intro stream for this challenge. The actual challenge, day one, will be tomorrow. So that's when you will unlock your first challenge, find out what the theme is, and then you'll come back tomorrow again to actually walk through making an example of the challenge. Super cool. Larissa from Brazil. Yes, everyone, let me know where you're watching from. Like I said, we are in San Francisco. It is Monday morning. I have my breakfast beverage of sorts. I always like to check in with you guys, see what you're sipping on. If it's the evening, maybe you're having some nice after dinner tea, perhaps. Let me know. I just have coffee today. Pretty boring. Sarwar, hello. Anna, Victor, Adam, Andre, good to see you. Victoria, hello. Give a shout out to all of our awesome moderators in the chat. We've got Sam Peterson. What's up? Chad, you're always here. Super helpful. Adobe Live's here, as always. Great. Tainan is from Sacramento, Germany, Belgrade. Wow. James, you're also in SF. We're so close. It's amazing. Super cool. So as we're letting people kind of filter into the chat, come hang out, make sure that you're logged in on Behance if you want to be active and asking questions. That's a great way to get your questions sent over so our moderators or I can answer them. I want to introduce what the Daily Creative Challenge is in general. If you are totally new here, no worries. So the Daily Creative Challenge is a 2-week, basically workshop, boot camp to work on your design skills in Photoshop. It's super beginner friendly, but all of the challenges can be kind of upgraded if you have more skills or you're more confident. You can always do your own creative spin on things. This theme for the next 2 weeks is level up. So it's very cool. We're trying to level up your design skills, get you to max out those level caps. And it is really based around the idea of video games. So we're going to be really inspired by retro games, modern gaming, whether that be in the color palettes we use, the assets that we create, all kinds of stuff, the tools that we use. So also let me know if you are a gamer. Maybe you started on Pong back in the day. Maybe you're super excited about the newest Kingdom Hearts game that was just released, like I am. I've always loved video games. I think a lot of people in this studio are big gamers. So yeah, Paco, he's waving at me. Yes, big gamer here. Paco just built his PC that he says is for video editing, but I think it's for gaming, actually. I think I just exposed him. Sorry. Adam says yes, definitely a gamer. Super cool. Let me know what kind of games you play. Are you PC? You like to play the MMORPGs? That's what I like to do. Let us know. Tynan says, I used to be pro for Halo 2, but then I started skateboarding. Those are the 2 coolest things you could do. I think you made a good decision either way. That's awesome. Pew, 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 pew. Yes. Jennifer started with Pong. So cool. Kita started with the Atari 2600, avid gamer. That's amazing. Kendall, hello. Kendall, we're talking about video games. So tell us your favorite game. I'm pretty sure Kendall's a big Skyrim fan, if I'm not mistaken. Kendall is an amazing creative director on my team. She works on beautiful photography. You should check out her profile. Click on her little face. She's also hosted on Adobe Live. Maybe you know her. Roman, total gamer over here. Awesome. Cool. So yeah, Bojana, that's a great segue into talking more about the Daily Creative Challenge and how you can get connected. So if you do want to register for this Daily Creative Challenge, you can click on the info tab if you're watching the live, and you'll have a link to here. It's be.net/Daily Creative Challenge. It'll take you here to the registration page. Beautiful. Look at all this awesome work. So if you want to register, you just click this big blue button, register now. I'm going to click it because I haven't registered yet. I'm a bad host. Cool, and when you click it, this is what happens. It says, thanks for joining the Daily Creative Challenge. Your next 2 steps will be either to download Photoshop if you don't have it, because that is the app that we're gonna be using. And then also come and join our community over on Discord. Discord is another kind of chat client. So last time we used Slack, and we've been using Slack in the past. And this time we're trying out Discord. It's a test for the next 2 weeks. So give it a try, let us know what you think. We really want your feedback on it. But like I said, it's just another chat client like Slack. I have it open right here. And it's funny, it's often used by people playing video games, like to create their own servers, to have voice chat with each other. So I actually have my guild Discord right here for MapleStory. That is how big of a nerd I am, not ashamed. So here it is. You can see over here we have our Adobe Photoshop icon. That'll take you straight here. It might ask you to log in or make an account. It's super duper easy. And then this works the same way that Slack does. Over in the left, you have your community chat. So you can click on announcements. That's where Sam is going to be posting the challenges every day and info as you need it. You might see Lee posting in there. You might see Gus posting in there. That's really pertinent, important information. So like Lee just posted, we're going live right now. There's a little reminder if you want to come join the live stream. So like I said, Sam will be posting about the challenges every day. So this is kind of your hub. If you want to find out info about the challenges, this is a great way to do it. So bit.ly/wrong way, PS Discord. Yeah, Roman, it does have a dark theme. It's very, very helpful for your eyeballs. I know, Sam, Slack first Discord, the final showdown. Zuzana likes Crash Bandicoot. Oh my gosh, they just came out with an all-in-one pack for the trilogy. I really want to download it. I love those games. Very cool. Andre says, I used to play MapleStory all the time. Used to? You still should, I do. Okay, so then over here in the right, you can see everyone who's online. If you want to chat with anyone specifically, you can see mentors, me included. There's Sam Peterson art in there as well. We'll be around to give you feedback if you're posting your work. And then we have our Adobe peeps up here at the top. Gus, of course, has the crown because he is the Adobe Live Gus bot. Amazing. So over here, if you drop below announcements, you can have introductions where you can introduce yourself to everyone. I'll do this live right now. Hello from the future. Hopefully someone will say hi to me. If you're in there, say hello. You like my Fang shirt? Thank you very much. Wow. Okay, then we're going over to design feedback. So this is where after we work on our challenges every day, you can post your work in here and then hopefully get feedback and then also give feedback. You can post your works in progress and then ask for specific feedback, like what do you think of the composition? It's feeling a little heavy on the right. What do you think? If you guide your critiquers in the feedback, it'll be a really great experience for everyone. Gus is the king. I know, Chad. Totally. Ashi, how are you doing? I'm doing great, but how are you? It's good to see you. Victoria says the Europe server is the best server for MapleStory. Probably. Cool, so yeah, like I said, post your work in feedback. You can also ask questions. So this is kind of a catch-all for if you have questions about the actual project or Photoshop in general. So many people were helping each other troubleshoot in here. It was amazing. I learned a lot. I learned a lot of things about Photoshop I did not know. Then you can also just join the chat. This is kind of like the office water cooler. You just come over, hang out, talk about things, maybe video games, perhaps. Paul says Gus is the man. What's up, Paul? Good to see you. Always nice to see your name in chat. All right. And then I think that's pretty much it. So make sure you come here, hang out. It's really fun. It's really vibrant, fast-paced community. It's a great way to get to know people. Another way that you can join the community is also just to be here during the live streams. We're going to be streaming every day for the next 2 weeks during the work week, so Monday through Friday, covering challenges, giving reviews for work that you've posted the day before. So make sure you come over and hang out in the live streams. Like I said, if you are logged in on Behance, that will give you access to the chat pod that I see everyone chatting in right now. Ooh, they're gonna reboot MS, kind of enjoying it. Oh, MapleStory. Got into reboot MapleStory. Okay, I see. So MapleStory 2? Is that what you're talking about? Got distracted by the video game talk. Amazing. Fernando, hello from SF. Hello from SF yourself. Amazing. So come hang out with us during the live streams. I'll be here. We're going to be going over an example of the challenge every day. And so that will include Photoshop. This is the program that we're going to be using. And if you are totally new to Photoshop, if you consider yourself a newbie, let me know in the chat. Sound off. Be proud. Be proud that you're going to learn so much in the next 2 weeks. Like I said, all of the projects are going to be totally beginner friendly. So don't be scared. Just make sure you got Photoshop. You can have a trial if you have never downloaded it before and you want to try it out. Or if you have a CC subscription, it is definitely included. Oh, I'm good, Paul. Thanks for asking. So this is what Photoshop looks like when you open it. For all of the people who might be a little skittish or not so sure about Photoshop, I'm just going to take you through a super duper basic walkthrough of what Photoshop even is, why you would use it, some of the tools that we might be covering in the next 2 weeks. And then I'm going to also take you through Behance, because that's where we're going to be uploading our work. Victoria, you're looking forward to it? Awesome. Hello from Morocco. Wow, hello. Can you hear me all the way over there? Amazing. So good to see you all. Adam, will the videos be saved for those of us that might be working? Of course, Adam. All of our streams here are saved forever, as far as I know. If you go to the Replays tab, I believe it is up here and over there on the be.net/live. Yeah, there you go, Sam. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, let's see. Birch Jen's girlfriend is joining. 0 Photoshop experience, but she wants to get into it. In the right place. Amazing. Okay, so here's Photoshop. If you've never met it before, it's very nice. It's my favorite Adobe program, I must say. This is where I learned. It's where I cut my teeth, as they say. So when you open it, you probably won't have any recent projects if it's your first time, but these are all things that I've been working on in the past. And then you can also click through these different tabs. So if you click down to Learn, voila, learning content, free, it's amazing. This is all very beginner-friendly workflows. So we have cropping and straightening a photo, combining images, retouching images, adjusting image quality. These are really, really helpful, and this is not the only place you can access them also. Priya says, I'm new to Photoshop. Joanna is too? Awesome. Is this challenge also for abstract art? Huxel, if you want to make abstract art while you're following along the challenge, please do. That'd be amazing. So let's say that we are going to make a new file, then we would be clicking Create New. Makes sense. Oh, cool. Creative Cloud is yours. Awesome. You get so lost every time you get into Photoshop. City, not after these next 2 weeks. You will be a pro. You will level up to level over 9,000. I believe in you. So when you click Create New, you will see maybe some recent items, recent sizes you've used, or you can click on these top tabs, and this will take you, say we're gonna make something for a print, maybe a postcard or a poster. So I'm gonna click on this. Perhaps it will let me. There we go. And when you click on these different tabs, you will have presets for different sizes that are often used for print projects. So letter size, legal size, and then A4, B5, these different sizes. You can also see the actual properties down here. So we could stick maybe with tabloid, that's like poster size, 11 by 17. You'll see when I click through different ones, they change also over here in the right. So the width and the height is set at 1117. Resolution is 300. That's great for print. etc., etc. You can choose your orientation if you want it to be 17 wide, 11 tall, or the other way around. You can also choose to include artboards. Artboards are relatively new in Photoshop. If you've ever used Illustrator, you're probably very familiar with artboards. We probably won't really be using these during the next 2 weeks, but you're totally welcome to. Oh, Joanna, I'm so glad that you found this. Yay, good to have you. If you scroll down a little bit, you can also see that there are free, say it again, free templates for you to use. So we used this last challenge. I'm not sure if you remember when we designed our own book covers. Check it out, free. Go ahead and download that if you're interested in playing around with it. But these are all beautifully designed, really awesome templates you can use to mock your work up. So say you want to make a mock-up of some enamel pins to possibly present to a stakeholder to get them to finance your enamel pin empire. Who knows? You can click on those, download them, play with them. It's great. All right, so I'm going to click Tabloid. You'll see that the height and width is already set. I'm going to click Create. Guess what that's going to do? It's going to create a file for me, perhaps. I think my Photoshop's a little sleepy this morning. It's okay. You need some coffee? Just kidding. Wouldn't that be funny? Funny for who? Not me. Okay, so here is Photoshop. This is what it looks like when you're in it, in the nitty-gritty. I have my workplace set up in just the Essentials workplace setting. So if you want your space to look like mine, you can go up to Window, Workspace. You'll see that I have Essentials default selected. You can also go through here and choose different ones depending on maybe what you're working on. I usually pretty much just stick around Essentials and then edit it as I see fit. But you can choose Essentials, and you can also reset Essentials if you've maybe moved some panels around and you're not so sure, you just want everything to go back to how it was. You can reset it too. Templates. Yes, I say it in a very Midwestern way, I am sure. India, hello from Anderson, South Carolina. South Carolina, good to have you. Cool. So remember when I said that this is not the only place to get learning content back in the new files? Well, you can also get them here in the Learn tab. So you can actually maybe click on one of these. You can take a tour of Photoshop, which if you're totally new, I would highly recommend. Once you do click into this, it'll be an interactive UI for you to work through. So you'll say hello to Photoshop, blah, blah, blah. You can click through it, go to next. It'll take you through all of the different areas, introducing you to the layers panel, etc., telling you to turn off and on layers. It's pretty cool. So highly recommend walking through some of these. They're very interactive and cool if you are looking for more things to work on in the next 2 weeks. Oh, Siobhan, yes, it is very good. I've lost a lot of windows. Me too. I'm always getting wacky. I'm trying to go out of my comfort zone, messing around with my panels, and then I get scared and I just want to go back. It's crazy. All right, Ashi, cheers to you. Good to see ya. If you have any questions while I'm kind of walking through this beginner stuff, feel free to ask it in the chat. We've got very, very skilled people hanging out. Okay, so we're in Photoshop. Like I said, we have panels over here, kind of the essentials ones. Like we have our color selector up here. You can just click these arrows, drag them around to choose different colors. You could even click within this entire area and choose very custom colors. I usually have mine set to HSB. That's just a personal preference. You can choose all kinds of different ways to choose your colors. We also have our properties panel open. We'll talk more about that in the next 2 weeks. And then the beautiful, illustrious layers panel. If you haven't used Photoshop before, layers might be kind of a new idea for you. Basically, Photoshop documents are built in layers. So as you see, we have our background. Let's maybe fill it with a color. And then if we make a new layer and paint with white on top, turn it off and on, you get the picture. This is how layers works. We're going to be talking more in depth about layers in the next couple days, but this is just a good introduction. Yes, there are layers. Yes, you should use them, and you should probably also name them. That's good. I'll just say white. That can stay background. Cool. So we noticed last time we did the Daily Creative Challenge, a lot of people who were super new to Photoshop were having trouble even just getting images into Photoshop. How do you open a file? How do you drag a file in, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm gonna show you 3 different ways to get your files into Photoshop so that you can start working on them. So you'll see over here in my right libraries panel, that is over here, you see I have a library called March DCC. That is my own personal library, and I just have 1 image in it. So if you have a library, you can always drag your image into your workspace. It will keep these transformation bounds around it until you decide to commit your position. Maybe you want to rotate it, whatever. And then once you are totally satisfied, you're going to press Return, Enter, and that will commit your changes. Cool. That is one way to get a file into Photoshop. Amazing. Another way is, say you have a file on your desktop or in your Finder. If you're in the PC, maybe you have it in your files as well. Another way you can get it into Photoshop is simply grabbing it from your files, dragging it onto your workspace, or just dragging it onto the Photoshop icon. So we're going to drag it onto our workspace. Same thing happens. It's going to show the transformation bounds. We're going to commit the change. Boom. And then I'll show you, if you also drag it just down onto Photoshop, something different happens. It opens as its own file. So you'll notice before we were still working on our untitled new file. If you drag things directly onto it, it just opens within that file. But if you want to open it as its own, you can just drag it onto the Photoshop icon, or you can always go to File, Open. Makes sense. Here's our cool VR lady. I wonder what game she's playing. What does she see? Is it MapleStory? That would be amazing. And it will open for you. Pretty darn easy. Yes, we might be talking about layer masking later, CT. Who knows? We definitely talked about it last time though. So if you would like to check out day 9, I believe, of the last DCC, you can totally go back and learn more. Alrighty. So that's how you get a file into Photoshop. Pretty darn simple. Now really quickly, we're gonna jump out of Photoshop and go back to Behance, because like I said, once we are done creating our projects in Behance, or in Photoshop, we're going to be uploading them onto Behance. Behance is where the Daily Creative Challenge registration page is. It's where Adobe Live is. It's really our home here. So it's also an awesome way to share your creative portfolio. I'll show you mine really quickly, so you can have an example. Sorry, I don't have a banner image. I just don't know what to put there. I gotta make a good one, huh? So as you can see, it's really a portfolio and a profile for yourself as a creative. You can see I'm an illustrator and live host at Adobe. You can enter all kinds of personal info, like where you're located. If you're trying to get a job, people can see where you might be working from. You can see project views, even your work history. So this really is a nice combination of almost like a resume and showing your work at the same time. This is really helpful up here on this Jobs tab, where you can click there and actually find real jobs that will pay you real money. I actually found my Adobe internship through this Jobs tab when I was in college. So it works, I promise. Maybe after this 2 weeks, you'll be level 1,000,000 in Photoshop and you might be able to get a cool new job. Who knows? Huxel says, I can make a banner image for you. Thank you, Huxel. Maybe I'll be making one in the next 2 weeks. Could be. Cool. So this is where we're going to be uploading our projects once we are done with them. You can see that we've already had an Illustrator one, we've done a couple Photoshop ones, and then a new project will be made starting tomorrow for this Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge with the theme of Level Up video games. So I'll show you how to do that tomorrow. Super duper easy, but if you do want to search and explore Behance a little bit before then, please feel free. You can click Discover. And judging by your interests and by your search history, these projects will be different. This is Best of Behance, so it's very curated. You can also search by creative tool. So of course, Photoshop is near the top because that is very important. You can learn about all kinds of different tools judging by the projects that are made. It's awesome. You can also search by organization and school. So what are the students from RISD creating these days, etc. Yeah, level up, achievement unlocked. That would be amazing. So go ahead and explore that. You can also search. So if you want to search for specific things, you can do that. I've already searched for previous Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge entries by using the keyword PS Daily Challenge. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. But this way I can see all of the submissions that you submit, all of the submissions that have been submitted in the past. It's very, very cool. If you want to look through here, it's a good example of projects that have been created in the last 2 weeks. Ooh, I'm interested in this. Let's take a peek. This is Diana's work. I believe this was the pen tool, maybe inspired by the pen tool project. Check this out. This looks so professional, and look, she's even mocked it up. Oh, day 2, combining images. Nice. Man, Diana, really taking it to the next level. I'm gonna appreciate that. You can even leave a comment. Taking things to the next level. Nice. Post a comment, and this is a great way to stay in touch with people, give feedback, grow your community. You can already feel the power. I'm gonna go Super Saiyan on y'all. It's gonna be amazing. Okay, so I think that's it for me for Daily Creative Challenge. I do want to let you all know that we have Adobe Live going on as well this week. So tomorrow that's going to start. So we're going to have awesome designers working on graphic design, branding, those kind of things. So you're going to start the day with me in Photoshop working on day 1 of the Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge. And then at 9 you're going to have Claudie and Ari. And then at 11 there's going to be Julia and Jasmine. And then following that will be Whitney and Danielle. So you can see little previews of their work back there. It's gonna be amazing. Make sure you're here at be.net/live to do so. I'm gonna let you all go right now, and then Paul Tranny is gonna be starting getting started in Photoshop and Illustrator doing some branding. So kind of getting you started for Adobe Live coming up. So he's gonna be working on, I think, a health and beauty brand and showing you how do you even build a brand? What is all of this? So make sure you stick around for that. Paul will be back with you in just a couple minutes. Go get some water, hang around, and I will see you tomorrow. So looking forward to it, everyone. Bye.